is coming out also after a long time, and I have waited and waited for Joseph Rodrigues, one of the karate pioneers of Goa, whom I am going to cover in this shoot. Joseph sir, welcome to my chat.
Good morning.
Good morning. And it has been a long time that I have been trying to reach to you. It should have been in my first book, in fact, because being the pioneer of karate. Actually, I'm not much aware of karate and all that stuff, so you will have to speak up to it from the start. Knowing you since my days of growing up, I know what you have been doing and teaching most of the buddies in karate in Goa. I would like to ask a few questions with your due permission, and you'll have to give me asking my first way into your life. Give me some background of your family roots. Where were you? How long? Where were you born in Goa? How did you land up in Goa? Or where were you? Can you give me some of that?
Okay, just to get over there, I was born and brought up in Kolkata. My dad used to work with a very big shoe company, Bata. You must be knowing that. Well, there was a township called Bhatanagar, which is just outside Kolkata city. So I was born and brought up over there. And I studied in Don Bosco School in Kolkata.
Wow.
Right till the age of 18. That means I passed my 12th standard from Don Bosco, Kolkata. And that was the year when I passed my 12th. My father also retired at the age of 60, and we decided to relocate to Goa.
So, but actually, you're born Goan. I mean, you're born Calcutta, but you're a Goan.
I'm a Goan. Yeah, both my parents are from.
Yeah, Rodrigues speaks itself.
Yeah, my father is from Kanduri and my mother is from Kalangur. So,
okay, and so initial days when you came down to Goa, when did you learn karate? I mean, how did it was? I mean, 18 you were learning karate, I think.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
so I had just turned 18 at that time.
Okay.
And I shifted to Goa. I used to be almost an all-round athlete, having represented school and.
You were into more of football, or
I was totally into football.
Okay.
In fact, the whole thing was that I would come to Goa and pursue a career in football. Okay, but once I went to the karate class, I took up karate, and then there was no turning back. I dropped all other sports, which I was really good at. I was good at athletics, badminton, swimming, table tennis. I never played much of cricket, but once I saw karate, I saw something in karate that appealed to me, and then I said, I want to make karate.
What was that something you saw? I want to know that. What was it? What did that pull you that made you feel that karate is the line you're going to go to?
Yeah, that's what I was coming to. So I saw an overall development of a personality in karate, physical, mental, and strength, personality, otherwise. So this is what attracted me to it. And once I found karate, I found an overall development for me physically, as well as it was very challenging at that time. In fact, I was in a karate class in Don Bosco School, which was the only karate class in the whole of Goa. This is in 79.
79.
So I started karate in 79 August.
Okay.
And from there was no turning back.
Okay, what was the background of karate in Goa at that particular time?
Yeah, like I'm saying, there was only one class in Goa that was at Don Bosco.
Who was your guru?
At that time, there was a Mr. Kishan Gopani.
Kishan Gopani.
Yeah, he was my first teacher.
Okay.
And from him, I went on to meet Mr. Martin Poets, who is a German national, who used to live in Kalangot.
Okay.
And he was a very senior karateka even from that time. And then I started training with him.
Okay.
So I trained with him for about 5 years.
Okay.
And then I went on to get my black belt, as he could not give me the black belt.
And what was the scene around Goa? I could understand at that time. What was the scene around India at that particular time? What was karate in India at that time?
Well, karate in India at that time, it was widespread already. There was a good federation called the All India Karate Do Federation, which was AIKF.
Okay.
And basically most of the, it was centered more or less Kolkata, Mumbai, Maharashtra, Delhi. There were also
more on the western side.
Yes, no, even
west and
Kolkata,
east.
Yeah, Kolkata was a very big center as well. But of course, karate was
asking you different out of the thing. When you were in Calcutta, when your teens, as you growing up and 18, Were you ever time pulled in karate, or when it was the only thing when you reached to Goa this all started?
Yeah, you know what happened was there was a karate class in my school itself.
Okay.
But like I told you, I was my father worked for Bata, and we were living in this suburbs of Calcutta. So my traveling to school and going back from school took 3 hours every day.
Did not get much time.
I did not get time to stay back in school to do karate.
So you were all waiting to be at peace and at a time where you can spend for yourself, and it's too late. In fact, okay, in that era it's too early. Today's era, if you say if somebody is starting some kind of a sport at 18,
yeah,
it's too late. At that era, it is, I can understand. When it's in 79, it's 80s. We can understand that 18 is very early. In fact, we could say.
Yeah, I was in college. I joined college.
We could start everything at college, first year of college.
Yes.
So it was the right time then.
Yes.
So moving on from that particular time, you went on to study karate, and what can you give me your karate, how did you learn it, and what are the types of karates, little bit of small brief on that.
Okay, karate basically has 4 styles.
Okay.
Of which in India, 2 styles are very prominent.
There's something called Shotokan.
Shotokan is
and Budokan.
No, Budokan is not a style.
Okay.
Budokan is an organization.
Okay.
So Shotokan is the major style all over the world.
Okay.
And in India, there are 2 major styles which are being practiced. One is Shotokan and one is Shitoryu. So you can almost say.
And in the competitions, all this when is karate. I'll just keep cutting you.
Yeah, please.
I'm going to be a little bit bothering you over there.
No.
Your state of mind. But in Shotokan, when you go to Olympics, is there karate? Is there a karate a nice?
That's a nice thing because next week we are going to go in the Olympics, and this will be the first time that karate is going to be in the Olympics.
Exactly, because I always found there is no karate, and everybody has so many briefings. Okay, let me come back to that later. I got my what I wanted.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Yeah. So I started karate in '79. Like I said, I got my first degree black belt.
Oh wow!
In 1985.
Were you the first guy in Goa to get black belt?
Yes, I was the first Goan to achieve a black belt status.
Wow, that's itself. I'm the right person, the right time.
Well, that was it. But it took me 6 years to get there, and from there was no turning back. But I'm not going to take names, but at that time, the people who were running the Goa Karate Association, they happened to think that I was in the wrong place, and they expelled me from the association and kept me out for a very long time.
Okay.
So in that,
so like a normal person of Goa or anywhere, you have gone through those ups and downs.
Oh, it was
mental torture. Mental torture when you're doing all the things right.
No, but I did not look back.
Yeah.
I knew where I wanted to go, and I knew which path I was to follow. So I continued doing karate. In fact, they were jealous of me. That is why they kept me out.
That was a good one.
No, I'm very candid about it. Because none of those guys are doing karate anymore. I'm the only one from the 1979-80 batch who is still doing karate.
Wow.
Okay, so there is no question about that. I continued my training. Then in 86, 87, when they had the nationals in Goa, I approached the All India Federation people, but the people in Goa again put blocks in my way and didn't let me join.
Okay.
So I did get frustrated a bit on that, and that was when in 1992, because I really wanted to pursue karate, because I wanted to, what I learned, and I found that karate is very good for the health, personality development, overall body development, and I wanted to pass that on to the youth. So that was when I decided to leave everything. I left my bank job. I was an assistant head cashier with Oriental Bank of Commerce. I resigned from the bank.
Oh, wow.
I went to England.
Okay.
I stayed 3 months in England. I did my second degree exam in England, and then I came back.
And no one backed you up at it. Everything on your own. Everything on your own. The normal Goan style. This is the normal Goan style.
Absolutely. But at that time there was nobody.
No, it's almost.
At that time, if you look, the only sports that had any backing was football.
Football. Yeah.
At that time. Yes. Absolutely.
None of the sports had it at that time.
Yes.
You have to go to say go just coming out of a nutshell and just trying to launch ourselves in the Indian arena.
Absolutely. So I came. So they did not allow me to come from here, so I came from there.
That was
I went international and I came in.
From 79 to 92 must have been some good memories.
13 years.
13 years must have been something.
But you know, and even if they did not allow me to join the federation, I was with one organization, and every year every year, right from 1985 onwards, I took a team from Goa for the national championships or the All India championships, and I'm proud to say, never have we come back without any medal.
So this national team which you used to take was a Goa team?
That was the Goa team.
And you were a part of it? You were a head part of it?
I was the coach at that time because
wow.
I was the senior most, and those were my classes.
Okay.
Those were my students.
Okay.
So since I did not get to take part in championships,
okay,
I made sure that the Goan youth.
Oh, amazing. So, but what was the championship age? Because from 18 to 92, you lost your career. Actually, when I went to your profile, when I had just gone through it, you have been a coach very early.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to ask you that question. See, it's coming out from you itself. I wanted to ask you that question that you have been a guru. We have a guru at a very young age, and you have made everybody do win so many things. Where I have not seen you winning a national award or you winning a national championship. Maybe, of course, you must have done here and there whatever you could have done. But it's amazing to be giving back at such an early age for the sport. I'll come back to that later. Another question which I have to ask was, you were saying you're taking Goa to national championship. So there's a criteria of a tournament already happening. Then why it took so long for karate to reach Olympics? Because already when you're representing, when you know there's a kind of infrastructure in this, why does karate took long? Because other sports, they were very late. Karate was very early. You're saying like almost year 1980, 81, 82, you're taking it to the nationals. So you have a criteria of competitive level, what's happening. From 82 to 2021 is almost 30 years. 40 years. 40 years. What took so long for karate to reach Olympics?
Okay, yeah, I'll break that up in a very simple thing. At that time, I'm talking of early years of karate, 80s and upwards. There were, like we discussed before, there are different styles of karate. There are 4 major styles all over the world. The Shotokan, Shitoryu, Goju-ryu and Wado-ryu. Wow. These are the 4 major styles, of which Shotokan and Shitoryu are very prevalent in India. Okay, they are the maximum. But those 4 bodies in the world, they could not compete.
Yes, exactly.
And that was the only thing that held karate back from joining the...
Of course, I know that.
Because the rules were different, and we have something in karate called katas, and katas were different of all the styles.
Yes.
So they could not come to an agreement of how to go about that, and that was because that was the reason why karate never reached the Olympics.
I was a chief guest for one of the competitions in Porvorim held it was something in 2014.
Okay.
And there was a competition held, all Goa competition or all India, I don't know what it was. I was a chief guest there. And I found there was a competition going on where they practice and they fight less, but they perform more of the katas.
So that is now these are the 2 aspects. In fact, karate has 3 aspects.
Competition?
No, one is basic. One is basic.
Yeah.
One is the partner training, which is the fighting.
Combat.
And the third is kata. Kata is a system where you train. Yeah, you train on your own, but you do a specific series of movements, imagining opponents on all 4 sides of you.
Are you aware of how it's going to be competitive in the Olympics? Are you aware of the new setup of rules?
Yes, of course.
So how it's going to be like in Olympics?
Yeah, now the setup is universal.
Okay. So the rules are already marked.
The fighting rules are very simple.
Okay.
Okay. All punches to the body and the head and anywhere upper body are 1 point each.
Okay.
All kicks to the body are 2 points each.
Okay.
And any kicks to the head or the back of the head is 3 points.
Okay, that is the best one.
Yeah, but there is a rider to that.
Okay.
You don't get minus points, but you get warnings if your kick or punch makes too much of contact.
Okay.
So
it has to be a control fight.
Yeah, in the olden days we used to go like boom. Today, touch it out.
But
the moment you go
there
here,
with the helmets. There with the helmets.
You have to wear gloves, shin pads, chest guard.
Okay.
Juniors need to wear helmets.
Surprising. Again, I'm not able to. It's such a nice thing, you know. I'm so happy, and I'm at the right time. In fact, you know, because I always felt because judo was there, and surprisingly, it took 40 years for these gurus to come together and sit associate. Maybe they had their own issues, and I'm very happy we can see karate in this particular. I just looked that question because I watch sports and
this
I've
is
been
the
watching.
first time.
Yeah, it's the first time, and really, my question was a very valid one. So, thank you very much. and then your karate. The question I floated in was that how was the mercy running on you that you were not participating in anything, and how did you cope up with it? You know, your mental state.
Okay, like you, like in every other field, even studies, or a guru always, a teacher always takes a lot of pride in his student achieving something. And since I did not get a chance at that time, and since I was the senior most in my organization, I had to look after my students. So I didn't really concentrate on me taking part. I concentrated on training them to.
At a very early age, you had already thought of what being mentor to many.
Absolutely, yes. I was full on with that.
Okay. And your boys, let's see who was the first thing, with the first galore. As if you go to now as a guru, I will take you.
Yeah.
Who was your first, the first big achievement what you got through in your life as a karate in a competition?
Actually, there was I can't really pinpoint one person, but we had a very good team. In fact, our team at that time when we used to go to nationals, my team that used to go to these nationals, they were always feared. People used to see, "Are Goa team aaya, nahi aaya, Joseph sir ka team aaya." Joseph sir ka team aaya, to bas hamara.
Who were your main competitors at that time? Who were the more tough oppositions at that time?
Maharashtra, Delhi, Kolkata. These were the biggest. Yeah. And of course, also Tamil Nadu.
Okay. So Joseph was the coach for how long for Goa at that particular moment?
I've been coaching right through. And
even today, you take the state teams.
Yes.
Whenever asked by the association.
Of course.
And what is your position right now in the association? Are you got some after 92? You said. So have you got your the marks where you had to get it?
Yeah. So I'll come back to the karate in Goa as such. So that was the time in '93. The people from the Japan Karate Association in India, they approached me. Would you join us? So I joined the Japan Karate Association, and through that I got into the federation. In 2000, I formed a new organization in Goa. I brought, like I said, karate was a very fragmented thing. I brought everybody together in '92, in 2000. And we formed a new organization, we registered a new body, and we got it recognized by the federation.
Wow.
Okay, so that was the starting point of real karate. Okay, before that it was just an organization that was there, they didn't take part in nationals, nothing, no representation at national level.
If I call it the father of modern karate, could it be esteemed very high, or it could be I know you'll be a modest person, but is there somebody behind, before you in karate for Goa? Is there somebody? You can name them if there is somebody.
No, senior to me,
nobody.
I was the only one who took it up full-fledged.
Wow.
And I sacrificed my job, I sacrificed anything just to make sure that karate gets the due recognition.
Okay, and then 2000 onwards, then you studied a private coaching as well, right?
No, I had my coaching classes right from 1983 onwards.
Okay. So that was your bread earning, you were earning your bread from there, on your karate.
Yes.
So maybe we think that a competitor is always a professional, and you did not get much of a competition where you got into competitions, but your students got into competition. But you are already living a professional life on karate at very young age.
Absolutely.
Because
in fact, it used to be quite funny because many of my students at that time, we had mostly adults in karate. Initial days of karate used to be mostly adults. There were hardly any children in karate. Okay, but when we used to travel for nationals and all, it was very funny because many of my students were much older than me. So it used to be like we're traveling in the train and they used to ask like ticket. So they used to point to me, "Nahi, sir ko nahi ista." So then they said, so it was.
It must have been a real kind of a journey.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was a long journey and it was fantastic.
Okay, so 2000, and then beyond 2000, what is happening? Like now it's 21 years of 2000 years. What's happening like in your life?
So even in India, the All India Federation, there's been lots of changes. Okay, I'm going a little bit forward. In 2013, right from 2000 onwards, there were 3 organizations which were claiming to be the All India Karate Federation. Oh. And there were court cases among them, and it was a total
This is the thing what is called kept karate away from competition.
Absolutely. In fact, that was also the reason why the India team never reached anywhere.
Okay.
So that being put aside, if you look at what happened then, in 2013, there was a new body formed which was called the Karate Association of India, which got due recognition from the World Federation, and the main journey to the world event started over there.
Okay, so the world events are like, as Olympics is the first time.
Yes.
World events are like a private body or
not private body, but the events conducted by the World Federation. So if you look at the hierarchy,
okay,
like in Goa, we are the Traditional Karate Association of Goa.
Okay.
We are affiliated to the KIO, Karate India organization,
okay,
which is a representative and recognized by the World Federation.
Okay.
KIO in turn is recognized by the Asian Karate Federation, okay, and the Commonwealth Federation.
So this competition which World Championship takes place is within, you said, the four
of the World Karate Federation.
Every federation have their championship.
Yes.
It has never happened like this is the first time that all four have come together and it's an open championship.
No, even the World Championships are all four together.
Okay, okay.
But the WKF
classifications are different.
Classifications are different.
Okay. As you have been coaching and leading the core team, has there been times when you have led the Indian team as a coach? Have you got the opportunity for that?
Well, that really hasn't happened. But I have taken part in many championships after that as well. Now, what has happened is in karate we have the normal students who take part in championships, and then we have an instructors championship.
Okay.
So
it's like instructor championship, open championship.
Open championship.
You can go worldwide also.
Yeah,
you can represent this instructor. This is his team.
Yeah. So instructors championships are mainly for people who are already teaching.
Okay.
Okay. And I have been taking part in instructors championships, and if you
I've seen all that.
Yeah, if you look at all those medals that are there,
yes,
those are my personal medals, personal winnings.
Okay.
Most of the trophies over there are of our class and team.
So personal winning means where you have competed.
Where I have competed.
Oh, so you almost achieved something. And what you did not at before 18, but after 18 you have rocked it up.
Absolutely. And I still take part in competition.
Okay, okay.
In fact, in my last competition was a few years ago, where I still got a gold medal.
Okay.
But my major thing was that I went in 2011. I went to Japan,
okay,
and I took part in the World Championships,
okay, wow,
and I got a bronze medal at the World.
I saw that. So bronze medal in the World Championship which you have won yourself. Was it like a third place fight you had to do? Who was the eventual winner for that, and how was it? Can you give me some story of that?
Yeah, there is a small background to that.
Okay.
So what happened was this, like I told you, I won in 2011.
Okay.
In 2009, I had gone for the World Championship as well.
Okay.
And in 2009, I lost in the semi-final.
This is in Japan?
In Japan.
Okay.
Tokyo.
Okay.
So when I was, we were 4 semi-finalists.
Okay.
Of them, 3 of them were standing on the podium.
Okay.
Because I lost in the fight for the 3rd and 4th place. Yeah. 3 of them were standing on the podium, and I was down over there.
Okay.
And at that time, I was literally in tears.
Yeah.
Okay, because I travelled so far to take part in the World Championship. And at that time, I absolutely made a decision that I will come back to Tokyo at the World Championship.
And you will be on the podium.
And I will be on the podium. And this was the result of it.
So you won the 3rd place. You had to win
Yes.
the 3rd place. It was not like 2 3rd places like.
No. That is why there were only 3 people on that.
Yes.
Otherwise, there'd be gold, silver, and 2 bronze.
Yeah, 2 bronze. Yeah. Oh wow, that's nice. Going through your sports history and the way you have handled your career as a coach, and even eventually you have been winning World Championship, you must have traveled a lot.
Oh yes, I've travelled a lot because of karate. In fact, I have travelled almost everywhere in India to do karate. Right from north, south, east, west, all over. Right from north, Kashmir, Assam. We have gone over there, Kolkata on this side, Odisha on the other side, Tamil Nadu down.
Wow.
Okay, so we have.
How is Kerala in karate?
Kerala is pretty good.
They were one of the. They also have some martial arts, Indian martial arts.
In fact, that is actually, if you go back to the history of karate, it started from India.
I'm making my tandoori. Really well done, because I'm taking this opportunity to ask everything about martial arts, karate, and I've got the right person. Yeah.
So history tells us that karate was taken from India, and I presume it was from Kalaripayat, which is the martial art in Kerala. So it went from India across the Himalayas to China, and from China it went to Japan. To an island called Okinawa.
Just out of the track question, I know this China and Japan have so many rivalries, and maybe I could understand. Now this could be one of the reasons that at last they have come together, because rivalries picking their own gurus. Like you see so many kung fu movies, you see them, the Chinese fighting with the Japanese, and a lot of things. Okay, I already assume that this could be one of the reasons where you take so long to reach in Olympics.
Well, Olympics is a different issue. It was an issue of styles.
Okay.
Not
to make a one body.
It was an issue of styles within karate. It had nothing to do with kung fu.
Okay.
China is kung fu.
Okay.
Karate is a separate thing also.
So karate is Japan. We can say karate is Japan.
Karate is Japan.
Okay. Coming back to your students who have done so well around the years. Already boys who have participated in world championships all the way, helping you out. You must be helping them out to win titles. Yeah, you have some landmarks on that.
Oh yes, I mean, in fact, most of my black belts are national champions.
Okay, wow.
Most of my black belts.
Okay. Till then, how many black belts have you?
Oh my God! Actually, I have lost count. But
no, you should be keeping a track of it.
It must be well over 500.
500 black belts produced by Joseph Rodrigues.
In fact, in Goa, if you look at whoever is teaching in Goa today, at some point of time, they have been my student or students of my students or students of my students.
So you are like you could say like the ancient karate. You should give a name for your. What is your academy or what do you call it?
I call it Goa Shotokan Karate Do.
Goa Shotokan
Karate Do.
Wow. What are the things that karate needs to develop in Goa and India to go? And now it's in Olympics. Almost we have got a mark there. Is India team fielding there?
Actually, no. You know what has happened?
So that will take another 10 years.
Yeah. No, not because of 10 years.
Okay.
The whole point being, this year, since it was the first time that karate is in the Olympics, there was they put a cap on the number of participants.
Okay.
So from Asia, we could field only 3 women and 3 men.
Okay.
2 women and 2 men or something.
So qualifiers they have kept.
Qualifiers.
Okay.
So you had to qualify for the Olympics.
Okay.
And since it is Asia, so Asia would have 2 women and 2 men.
Okay.
Japan being the host country already had 1 representative.
Okay. Done.
So the entire Asia, we are talking of just 2.
Okay. Wow.
So that is why.
Total are maybe 8 participants all over the world.
Yeah, from Asia. From major continents.
It's good. We are going to see it on the television more competitive, and we'll try to understand karate much. Okay, can you explain to us all the people who are going to watch this some ideologies of karate? What everybody has always told me. Even I want to learn karate, but then karate has different ideologies. What are those basic ideologies?
Yeah. Okay. So if you come to that, today karate is a sport. I'm sorry to say that we have lost, most of us have lost the traditional karate because now it is in the Olympics. So the Olympic Committee is very, very clear that there should be no injuries. That is why today we use gloves, which are foam padded gloves, shin pads, chest guards.
So that authenticity is not there.
So, a black belt is a black belt. You're supposed to be tough. But today people have got so used to these gloves and they say, they are not bothered so much as toughness. They are going into speed and power. So that's why I'm saying the sport karate and traditional karate are 2 different things altogether. Traditional karate, I would like, if I was punching somebody, I'd go like that.
You have the power.
Yeah.
At one punch.
Today, because of sport, I cannot go through.
And without the contact, you don't have the impact.
No, I have to pull back.
Yeah.
Anything more than this, you get penalized.
And the referees and everybody is a very close lookout on that.
Absolutely. Plus, there is video editing as well today. When a point has been scored, now the system in karate today is there are 4 corner judges and there is 1 referee. The 4 corner judges have a red and blue flag. So you need 2 flags to give a score.
Okay.
You cannot give a score. The referee has no power to give a score.
Okay.
He can give a score only on the support of 2 flags.
Yes, as you say, you must have created around 1,000 or 500 black belts all over India or all wherever, maybe outside India also. Are there any of your students who are also consulting classes and developing and spreading the karate line all over through, and maybe generation and generation to come through. Also, who have been your best students over the years and currently, or over all the span of around 30 years of karate which you have had, from 79 to say from 80 onwards to 220, almost 40 years of as a mentor and a coach. Name some of the best karate students which you have had.
Okay, when I say name some of the best, I have, like I said, many of my students are teaching karate. Okay, they're not with me today, but many of them are still teaching karate, and their students are also teaching.
Good.
So I've had many senior students. Today my senior most student who is with me is Mr. Suraj Kakulo, Kakulo Industries, and he is also currently the president of the Goa Karate Association, the TKG.
Okay.
Apart from him, I have one very senior student who has performed on the world level. Like this girl I'm talking about is Sybil Fernandez, and she has won 2 silver medals at the World Championship.
Oh wow, great.
At the same championship where I won,
as pro,
she has won 2 silver medals in that same championship.
Okay, wow.
So that was also in Tokyo. But other than that, almost all my senior black belts have all been national champions.
Oh wow. So this is, it's giving a lot of pride as being a Goan. We have somebody competing at World Championships, so many of us, so many of the Goans doing so well in sports all around. I hope the Goa government and the Indian government looks into this and gets some records, and maybe you must have got some state award, maybe, or maybe nominated for state awards, and it will due time, even if it's not complete, you should be getting it through. Coming back to what does the development requirement for Goan karate to go? I'm talking only for the Goan zone at the moment. What do you feel like?
Yeah, so when it comes to that...
Also, I would say, like, before you go to that, what is the current scene of Goan karate? Yes. How is it going? I think it's going at a very fast track. I see so many videos, so many performances happening. What is it like?
Yeah, so as it is now in Goa, there is only one body that is recognized by the India Federation. Like the India Federation today is KIO, Karate India Organization, which is recognized by the Asian Karate Federation and the World Federation and the Commonwealth Federation. In Goa, the Traditional Karate Association of Goa is the only recognized body, which is recognized by the National Federation and in Goa as well. And we have conducted tournaments on behalf of the Directorate of Sports, and because the Directorate of Sports they don't have the technical capacity to conduct. We have recognized referees and judges. There is a system of being recognized as a referee and judge. We have exams which is conducted by the Federation, and we have several recognized referees and judges in Goa. Okay, I personally am a category referee, and I referee at the national level as well. Okay, so that's the...
Must be keeping yourself busy and fit.
Oh yes, I try to. At the age of 60, I think I'm pretty fit compared to...
How has Goa taken care of you? When I mentioned about awards, has Goa, you have gone to some awards from Goa's government, I'm talking about state awards. Have you got anything on that level?
Well, no. Goa,
I hope very soon it happens, because you know this pioneers, this kind of sports personalities where we have some things, landmarks, we need to take care of them, and hopefully some things shall happen very soon. Almost brief time with you, I could have spent the whole day off, but you know there's some limit where I am really enjoying the time with you. What is the current scene in Goa? How do we take up karate in Goa from now on?
Yeah, so like I said, we already have a state body, which is recognized by the Federation.
Okay.
We need to send more people over there, and you know the thing is, in Goa, karate today has become more or less a sport for children. I don't find, when I started karate, there were no children in karate. There was only adults. Today, karate is mostly children. That is why I have one class in the early mornings, which is dedicated only to adults.
Okay. So I'm also planning to join. I'm serious about it for beyond 50. I hope to join your classes very soon.
You're most welcome. So that's the thing. But today karate has become very professional.
Okay.
In fact, what has happened is today you can actually pinpoint whether you want to do the fighting aspect or you want to do the kata aspect, because they are totally two different lines.
Okay.
And from my side, I would love to see somebody. We have already people from Goa who have won at the national level. We have Suraj Kakula's son, Ladvi, who has won at national level. We have Manya, we have Shasva.
The current
children.
The happening
Goan children. And I am really looking forward to in these next 1 or 2 years to take people to the India level, at least to start with, and get some gold medals at the India level.
Wow. I hope you get your dreams done, and you are such a passionate personality. What is your advice to the next generation?
Well, if you take what is happening today with this corona scene and everything, I think today fitness and immunity is a huge concern. And I think, like I said, karate, what got me into karate was that you keep fit, you have overall body development. So I think karate can give you fitness in the terms of cardio, overall body development, personality development and concentration. In fact, I was just doing a comparative study. One of our, that girl Manya Rao, who is a national silver medalist and a gold medalist, she scored 96.3% in this SSC exam.
Wow, studies is parallelly important.
I was just doing a comparative study and I've seen that most of our black belts score 90% and above.
Wow.
So there is a correlation between karate as a sport and mental development as well as physical.
Of course, every sportsman, we never ask them to cut out on their education, because education helps you in your planning, it helps you in everything. So education goes parallel. It's been an awesome time spending with, I can say, Bruce Lee. Almost the structure is the same, the height, everything is the same. I was with the Bruce Lee of Goan karate or Indian karate, and it was a real feel of pleasure where I could understand his passion, Mr. Joseph Rodrigues, and I hope all his dreams are fulfilled, and we have a lot more of karate happening in Goa and India. Thank you, Joseph sir. It was a real good time spending with you, and your time which you have given me with this your busy schedule. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.